Hello, I am Zman Reviews, where I take a look at TV shows that I personally either love or in general just want to talk more about. Today, I am chatting about The Simpsons, my all-time favorite TV show. Look, we can all talk about how, the first 8 to 9 seasons are so good. But honestly, in general, even the middle to even the newer stuff, while definitely not as good, I think people really give those newer seasons a harder time than they honestly deserve. However, since this is the start, I'm going to be starting at the very beginning. Oh no, not with season 1. You see, for those who do not know, well, before season 1 of The Simpsons, The Simpsons were initially just shorts on a series called The Tracey Ullman Show. So with that, there's actually like 48 of these things, and I had to watch all of them. I had to use a YouTube video that just had all the shorts, and even then, they were out of order, and some of them were really bad quality, so most of them you can find on the YouTube channel Springfield USA, which are in higher quality, even if, again, two of them are just weirdly not there. I am going to be going through each of these. I'm going to be reviewing each of the shorts. Now, this is actually going to be a bit different from videos I plan on making in the future, because typically I'd review them in order, and then put in a ranking, and then an overall series ranking. I'm not going to be including these with the rest of the Simpsons, though, as these are technically a part of a different show, and come on, it would not feel fair to put these shorts up against the main series, which are like 22-minute episodes. These are like barely just a few minutes each, if that. So let's get on into it. I have nothing else to really add. Starting off, we have number 48, Scary Stories from Season 2. Well, honestly, these shorts are surprisingly hold up well, being made well over 30 years ago. The worst one, this one, isn't even bad. It's just not that good. Just pretty mid, and a little boring. The whole thing is just Bart turning off the lights and talking about a scary story. Didn't really care for it. Number 47, Bart's Nightmare, Season 3. Another one I just really didn't care for. Bart eats all the cookies out of the cookie jar. Turns out he is having just a bad dream. Couldn't really get into it. Not really that funny or entertaining, just meh. Number 46, Babysitting Maggie from Season 1. Okay, so I'm a bit of an idiot because I forgot to point out that technically these things are in seasons because, Tracey Ullman Show itself had 3 seasons, and these were around for all 3 of those seasons. I don't really care enough to do an individual video about all 3 of these seasons, though. These things are already so short. Why not just cover them all in one video? My bad for not clearing that up earlier. But yeah, Babysitting Maggie from the first season. This and Honestly Watching TV, which is also from Season 1, they're both just really forgettable. I forget they even exist. Now, these are 2 of the first ones ever made, so makes sense. But yeah, pretty meh. Not really worth your time, at least in my opinion. For number 44, we have a Home Hypnotist from Season 3. Another one all this one was Homer and Marge trying to hypnotize the kid. They pretend it works. Very rushed with these shorts. I think they'd learn to pick it up a little bit, but it's still fine. Next, sadly enough, is actually the final Tracey Ullman short they ever made, TV Simpsons. This one's there, like it exists. Honestly, I think this is one of the most hard to find of the shorts. But honestly, we're not really missing much by not having this one around. It is very forgettable, very meh. Then you have the Money Jar from Season 2, which this is the first one that actually had like a moment I liked. I did admittedly like the moment between Bart, Angel, and Devil when they both wanted Bart to steal from the money jar. Only moment that stuck out, though. Other than that, pretty eh. Burping Contest, also from Season 1. Another one that's just not that funny. I think bodily functions in general can be funny if, like, done well. If the joke goes beyond just a burp or a fart, I think it could actually be funny. This was not that. This was just the only real joke was that Marge didn't like it. Only joke in this I found funny was Bart having to hold in the burp. That was a little amusing. Other than that, just watchable. The only reason I even have it above Money Jar is because this is the short where Homer has the iconic "How's it going, everybody?" I think just because it is that early Homer voice, I just find that line so memorable, even though the short it came from is it really isn't. Bart's Little Fantasy from season 3 is up next, and that's another one I just couldn't get into. Well, it's just the kids having to clean up, but Bart instead decides to tell the girls a story, and that's pretty much it. Pretty meh. Not really that entertaining, in all honesty. Maggie in Peril Chapter 1 from season 3 is another one I really didn't care for all that much. Episode was just, well, I shouldn't say episode because these are again just shorts. Short is about Maggie. It's just Maggie having to chase her ball, so she tries to get it. A good majority of this one is setup, which means you don't really get much time to really be that funny or entertaining. So yeah, I do have to admit though, it's ambitious for them in this short format to try to do a short like this. Very good, very cool, in my opinion. Just a shame that at least part 1 it wasn't really that good, as you can see. Part 2 is coming up in a little bit. I guess you could tell which part I preferred more. Art Museum, Season 2. Well, another one that's mostly there. We see a lady like her titties. That's that can really let you know that these were made in the late 80s. Other than that, pretty forgettable once again. Good Night, the first ever short made. I know some people are probably going to be sad it's this slow. It's like, come on, it's the first short. It's iconic. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't really like it that much. I didn't really think it was that funny. Also, the characters feel a little, well, I shouldn't really say off for this, because honestly, especially Lisa and Homer, they are very off here compared to the rest of the show, which, I'm fine with these takes. Hell, if I'm being real, I never really liked Lisa, so if anything, I almost prefer her version in these shorts compared to how she is in the show itself, but yeah, I don't know, it's just off. In general, I don't really mind the animation of these shorts because, first of all, late 80s, come on. And also, I think the animation being so crude almost gives them a charm in a way, which I don't really think the later shorts were really, which I think the series itself, well, I guess especially after season 1, wasn't really able to capture, and it's better than the HD animation. I know I'm trying not to rag on Modern Simpsons too much because I do understand why Modern Simpsons isn't that good, but come on, you could have tried a little harder. Come on, wait. Yeah, it's just the HD characters look really boring and it all looks so flat and it's just, what are you doing? Sorry for that little side tangent. Yeah, so that's pretty much my way of saying the animation and all that doesn't bother me about this one. It's just not that entertaining, but it is the first short, so I can understand. Making Faces from season 2 is just a slightly better version of Burping Contest. That's all it is. Almost the exact same premise, except instead of burps is making faces, which I think is a bit funnier and allows for a few more funny moments. Still not great. The Pagans from season 2 literally have nothing to say. Another meh one that's just about the kids annoying Homer. Krusty the Clown Show from season 3. Only interesting thing about this one is the establishment of Krusty the Clown himself. He's a fun. Krusty has never been a personal favorite character of mine, but it's at least cool to see him in this OG shorts. But yeah, it's just again pretty meh. Didn't really like it that much. Same thing goes for Skateboarding from season 2. Honestly, these weaker Tracey Ullman shorts were just kind of meh. Like you could watch them because they're so short. They just don't really leave much of a lasting impact. You know what I mean? Next up, we have Echo Cannon also from season 3. Just there, it's all right. I think we're definitely starting to get into a higher tier where I start to like these more. But yeah. Now we get into the ones I actually consider good with Space Patrol from season 2. Well, I like this one. It's just the kids playing, but hey, I found it kind of fun. It's fun to see them use their imaginations. It was entertaining to me. Next up, we have Maggie and Peril, the thrilling conclusion. Honestly, this Maggie and Peril two-parter was made before TV Simpsons, and I honestly just wish they had this as the finale to the shorts instead of just having a one random episode afterward. Speaking of which, this is a good part. I honestly liked it more than part one. I actually genuinely did laugh at the scene where Maggie's clearly floating past Homer and Marge, and Homer's just like, nah, like they don't even register that's their daughter. Or do they? Because we almost immediately went home and checked on her. It's a little weird, but still a funny moment. I also liked Bart recapping it, but since neither him or Lisa were really paying attention, they were just like, "Oh yeah, we just chilling." That's all this was. Bart of the Jungle from season 3 is just an entertaining one again with the kids just being the kids. Not too much to explain. Pacifier from season 1 is a good early one. Maggie actually plays a lot more of a role here than she does in the in the main series. I gotta stop saying OG series. Like, she does way more here. She feels more like an actual character here instead of just the show where she's just baby. And this was a good one, even if the kids were mean, but again, they're kids, so. What Maggie's Thinking from season 2 was another one. This is a pretty simple one, but I enjoy it. Closeted from season 2. Oh no, Bart's in the closet. Well, I mean, technically he is. Technically, as in he's not gay, he's just in a closet. You know what? All I'm gonna say is that's a funny one. Ending was cruel, but the funny cruel. I like it. Perfect Crime from season 2 was another good one. Simply seeing Bart try to scheme was entertaining. Jumping Bart from season 1 was another good one. Was another good early one. This is like the third short, and the first two were good and watching TV, which neither of those I really liked. So I guess I consider this the first good short they produced. It's pretty much just Homer trying to get Bart to jump, but something always happens that makes Bart jump on his head. Wow, Homer's an idiot even from the very beginning. Speaking of Bart and Homer, that's also what I gotta say about Gone Fishing from season 2, which is just a good one starring them. And it really does a good job of showing their early dynamic. Scary Movie from season 3 is another entertaining one, and it's another really hard to find one, which I don't really get because considering it is another good one. Well, okay, I mean, other than that, I mean, there's no specific reason why both and TV Simpsons aren't. Unless there's like a real story behind them, let me know about that. But yeah, good one. I like it. Zoo Story is the final short of the second season, and I enjoy it. Another good one, no duh. It felt nice seeing Bart try to stand up for the monkeys. Homer was being a jerk. Like sometimes, especially given how much more brattier the kids are in these shorts compared to the series, it kind of makes sense why Homer's a jerk sometimes. But in this one, he was just a jerk to the monkeys for no reason. So definitely good that he got his comeuppance. Entering the top 20, you can consider these the honorable mentions, if you will, for the OG series. We have the aquarium from season 2. Well, I think in a more modern episode, this actually did start before one of those for an episode. Don't even know why. But hey, at least it means more people got the chance to see this one, which is good, as this is another good one. Fun one about Homer and the family in the aquarium. Next up, we got the funeral, which is another good one. Fun little short. I hope you guys don't mind any mistakes, by the way. If you made it this far without cringing and hating me. Funeral from season 2 is a good one. Very fun, very entertaining. Seeing the Simpsons, just Bart was a real treat in this one. He was good. Bart has always been one of my favorite characters, and these shorts, despite not having a ton to do with the main series, I think Bart is still a good character in these, which shows how good of a character he is just in general. Dinner Time is next. It is my favorite of the season 1 shorts. There's only like 7 of them, and this was the final one. So you could say season 1 ended on their best one. Again, just poor Marge. She wanted the family to have a good dinner, but nope. They just could not be bothered. It was pretty entertaining. and ended season 1 on a good note. Shut Up Simpsons is ironically the premiere of the third season. Season 3 is when the format started to change a bit, but the first 2 seasons it was just a bit, then cut away to another bit before getting another bit. I guess these were played in between the rest of the Tracey Ullman show. By starting with season 3, the bits were just more filler. Not filler, but more filled. Like they were a bit longer, and they were just one thing. It wasn't bit, bit, bit. I think this does a good job of starting that off. It's simply just, again, it's just fun. These shorts are kind of hard to review because I just think a lot of them are good. Speaking of which, bath time, also from season 3. Seeing Bart do something as simple as take a bath is entertaining because Bart's just a fun character to watch. House of Cards from season 2 is next, and it's another fun one. Seeing Bart try to make a house of cards, and man, poor Bart, he just wanted to enjoy his cards, but could not get it. Bart's Hiccups, also from season 2. Another good one. Again, just the kids being kids, which is what a lot of these shorts are, but it's entertaining. Next up is Bart the Hero, The Bart Simpson Show, and Shell Game. I'm just going to be talking about these all together since they all come from season 3. And in my opinion, I like them all for the same reason. Bart is just an entertaining character, and he's fun to watch. Getting into the top 10, we have Grandpa and the Kids from season 2. Well, fun to see. It's the introduction of Abe, Homer's dad, who, much like Krusty, is the only other real secondary character that these shorts established. Kind of weird that's only these two, but I'm fine with it. This was a good one, too. Seeing Grandpa Abe just trick the kids was really fun. Football from season 2 is just a classic. It has the frosty chocolate milkshakes. And in general, seeing Bart just have to dodge all the things to get the football was fun. The family could have been more supportive, but hey, at least he got it in the end, even if he had to use his mouth. Simpson Christmas from season 3 is next, and it's a fun one. Again, wow, really? What could have made you guess? Maybe the fact it's in the top 10? I really need to get a better vocabulary. Anyway, this was a good little rhyme, you know? Well, I honestly find it surprising that they actually straight up just did a Christmas short, but I'm not sure if the episode this short was in was a Christmas one or anything. According to the giant Simpsons World book that I own, by the way, very much helps me feel like a Simpsons fan. When looking at it, it actually did premiere on December 18th, so who knows? Probably, maybe. Maybe only this short was Christmas themed, but the rest of the episode is non. I've never actually seen Tracey Ullman's show other than these shorts. Punching Bag from season 3 is another just iconic one. When they eventually made Simpsons figures, they actually used like the punching bag room. The punching bag itself was a part of it, which I think really shows out just how well known and iconic this one is. Again, Homer's just a complete jerk for no reason, but boy is it fun to watch. Shoplifting from season 3, another classic. Bart shoplifts, and in the end does not get away with it. That's right, Bart. You can't shoplift. Nah, but for real though, it was an entertaining one, despite feeling a bit shorter than usual. Number 5, Family Portrait from season 2. Well, this was premiered before the 400th episode. Like, the credit, like, if you actually watch it on Disney Plus, which is what I'm going to be using to watch the series, and once I actually get into once I start actually reviewing the season itself, you can see that before, in the 400th episode, they actually used this one as the opening. Not Good Night or anything like that. No, just this random one. But again, it's pretty funny, so I can understand why they chose to use it. Bart and Homer's Dinner from season 2 is another one of my faves, obviously. Again, Bart and Homer just work really well in these early shorts, even if it is not like the dynamic they'll have in the mainline show. I think it's good in a different way, and this is just a really good example of it. Bart's haircut from season 2 is a personal favorite. It's not really shown that much or anything, but I still really enjoy it. Bart is just so unlucky in these shorts. I feel so bad for him, but it's just so funny, so I don't care. Actually, screw it. Okay. Family Therapy is at from season 3 is at my number 2. I think it's because it's one of the rare times we see the Simpsons family united. In these shorts, they're always nasty and mean to each other, although you can still tell in the end they still do care for each other. They're definitely mean, but seeing them go off against a common obstacle like this guy who's just ragging on them. Sure, the family wasn't being the best, but hey, we just get to see them be nice to each other you see them nice to each other while hurting someone else, so that's better than how they usually are. And at number 1, World War III from season 2. I think it's really good. Again, Homer isn't as mean as in some of these other ones, but still, he's still forcing the family to go through this. You could at least do it like once a night, not several times on the same night. No duh, the family will hate you for this. So, pretty entertaining, easily my personal favorite of all the shorts. All in all, I do really like these Simpsons shorts. Even the ones at the bottom, I think they're just forgettable and not really that fun to watch, but at its best, these can be sometimes just as funny as the mainline series. Homer is a lot meaner here, well in the show, he's more of just an idiot. Marge is also a bit meaner, but definitely not as much in these shorts. And you can tell she is still the caring housewife that she'll remain for the series. Bart, I guess, shows a bit more of a heart in the show. Bart, especially both in these shorts and in the early seasons, Bart was the titular character, basically the main character. And I thought it was cool. I think, although I do like Homer more as a character, more so in the OG series. OG, I kept saying that. Oh my god, my apologies, folks. Well, I do think Homer is better in the main series, like the show itself. I think I do prefer Bart in these shorts, and I think he's a really entertaining character, so I don't mind him being the main character of these shorts. So. Next we have Lisa, who is the most different. She is not some annoying liberal like she is in the show. I'm sorry, Lisa fans. I'm not gonna lie and act like I never like Lisa or that I don't even like some of her episodes, but she is. I just don't like her character type, so it makes me kind of hard to like her, but yeah. But she is good in these shorts when she's more of another wild, fun one. But even then, I can still see why they changed it, as I know keeping both of them like that would get annoying after a while. And I already talked about it before, Maggie does a lot more here compared to the show, which honestly I'm kind of sad about. Like the show really underused Maggie just throughout the whole series. So it's sad to see that she doesn't give more love because I think she can be a good character, and these shorts show why. As a whole, I do enjoy these Simpsons shorts. I would not recommend binging all of them like I had to for this video. Definitely just look at even the ones at the bottom. If you think they at least sound interesting, because I'm not showing clips or anything, because my first ever YouTube video, go watch them. I am not at all telling you can't do that. I mean, who am I? I'm just some random guy who's just starting to use YouTube and probably making a terrible video. What would I know? What I do know is that I personally like these shorts. So now the real question is, why doesn't Disney do anything with these? Or at least Fox? Come on. Who wouldn't want to see the OG shorts of literally one of the most popular shows ever created? Come on. It's basic. Anyway, thank you for watching. Z-Man Reviews out. Let me know your thoughts. Just on my video in general. Did I do a good job? Am I terrible at this? I probably am, but screw it. Thank you for watching.